What's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, April 9th. Pops and I are back down here in the shop. He's back there getting the sawzall. And a few things have changed around here this week. And over the past couple of days, really. And Pops and I have been super busy. Man, we've been hammering in this shop. And we'll turn the camera around, show y'all what we got going on, and show you some changes that we're making on our personal car. We'll give y'all a little hint, but we won't touch much on that in this video. This video is going to be fixing and repairing. So, y'all hang out with us. Alrighty, so as y'all see, this looks a little different than what was in here the last time. This is Dustin's Hound Dog chassis. He brought it to us. He ran Pine Ridge this past weekend down in Mississippi, and kind of got in a little bit of a boo-boo. And what it done, obviously you can see the bumpers roll back, and these bumpers, shout out to Ryan Motor, these bumpers hold their own. We talk about these bumpers all the time being strong, and this is why we talk about it. They folded right here on the leg, and this gusset right here is what makes them fold. And when I sent pictures of this to Ryan, he said that's what you want it to do. That's why he puts the gussets in there, so it'll actually fold that leg going in rather than folding the bumper or folding the frame. So, but he did get hit right here on the hoop, and y'all can see that is laid back, which in return pushed this bar into the bay bar. And it kinked it here, and of course folded it in right here. Pops went ahead and took off the brace bar that goes across. It's not bent. It just kind of went in there with it. And so you can see right here how bent that is. And Pops is about to he got the sawzall out. What he's going to do, he's going to come in here. He's going to cut this bumper right here, right beside this hoop right here, and then we'll replace all that.
Well, I got to cut this one off, get it out behind the frame.
Yeah, that one's kind of hooked behind the frame, but we're just gonna repair this bumper to get Dustin fixed back up. Today being Tuesday, Dustin's going to be racing this weekend, Friday night, at Moulton Speedway, because he is currently leading the points at Moulton Speedway. So, shout out to Dustin. He's been doing really good in this car. It's turned out to be a really good chassis for him. And he's doing well. I'm proud of him. And, of course, he runs a twisted motor. That is the great folks, Brian Mitchell, Morgan Willingham, Braden, Bryson, all the Mitchells. That's who is building our motor currently. So, that's what we will be running. It won't be this exact motor. Dustin did source a lot of his own parts, such as pistons and stuff like that. So, not a big deal. But he also got the back bumper a little bit. And we may dig into that in this video. It may be in the next video. But for right now, we're going to throw it up on time lapse here in just a second. And we're going to get all this cut off that's bad. And I'm going to pull some measurements while Pops is doing some cutting. And once we get all of our measurements pulled, then we'll know exactly where we got to put bars back. But we have the measurements on the bay bars and stuff from where we built the car. So we know we can put all that back. That's not a problem. So we'll get all that fixed and get him fixed back up. Hopefully have the majority of this done tonight. We can come in tomorrow evening and do the bumpers and stuff and get him fixed back up so he can get back to the racetrack. But for ours, y'all don't get mad at us, but that's what it looks like right now. And I know some of y'all are thinking, what in the world? It's not as bad as it's not as bad as it looks, I promise. I promise. It's not as bad as it looks. We'll explain all that. We'll get into all that later. So y'all hang out with us. We're going to repair a chassis. All right, y'all. So y'all can see we got everything cleaned up. We cut that bay bar off right there, about 2 or 3 inches in front of that down bar for the mid plate. What we'll do, we leave 2 or 3 inches, and then we'll drill holes in it. We will cut 1.25 inch tubing, about 4, 5, 6 inches long. And we will slide it up in there, and we will rosette weld through those holes we drilled. And then we will bend a new piece to come out here to match that side. And then we will weld it. We will also drill it and rosette weld to our slug. And then we will weld all 3 pieces together. We leave just a little bit of a gap between the tubes. Not a whole lot, just enough to get the welding wire down in there. And it'll actually weld the 1.5 inch pieces together along with welding to that 1.25 inch piece. So that's how we'll fix that. And we'll move out here. Once we get that done, we'll put our tabs and everything back on it. And then we'll move out here to the very front and we'll redo the hoop right here in front of the radiator. This is why we build our cars the way we do. Because we're only replacing 1 bar because it took a lick on top of that bar, on top of that front hoop right here. But this front hoop right here, even though it was bent, it's simple to remake. It bolts on. So all this up here bolted on, we can unbolt it, take it off, and make new. It's not a big deal. That's why we build them that way. So y'all hang out. I'm going to throw it back on time lapse, and we're going to knock out the bend in our tubing over there, and we're going to fit up this piece right here and get it on there. So y'all hang out. All right, y'all. Well, we got our piece made up. Pops is drilling the holes for the rosette welds. I'm about to cut a slug of 1.25 inch to go in it. And we're going to work on getting this piece in there. So y'all hang out.
Walk this on. Steve? I hit that piece of lead, and it unscrewed my
Drill.
yeah. Where that little bit come from? But still, I had to cut a little bit.
I'll just take this in, slide this up on there, take this on top, and then remove this one.
Oh. You want me to drill this before you? Okay. Yep. Let y'all
y'all do?
Man,
Is that a good one too?
I don't know where they come from. But
We've been struggling with drill bits lately, y'all.
I'm gonna give them help to bow up and push on that.
Everything's been dull or broke, so we've been struggling with drill bits, and Pops apparently found two that was really sharp.
Come on in. All right. Let's see. You do this in the same way. You don't want one on the bottom.
Right. I cut that off because I don't want to get demonetized. If we have music playing, we'll get demonetized. Copyright infringement, as they call it. It's above my pay grade. All in big words.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to be involved in another one in cases.
While Pops is drilling those holes, I'll give y'all a little insight of how our weekend was. Me and Pops, we worked on Matt Brown's Hound Dog chassis. Y'all remember we were building him a car? And he picked it up today's Tuesday. He picked it up Sunday morning. And we got him fitted in the car. And that way we knew we got all of his steering done. We got his brake pedals set where he wanted them, and got all that finished up. So he left here and went straight to Mississippi to Elite Coatings at Mike Ellis's place, and they're getting it powder coated. So it's at powder coat. He picked it up Sunday. The reason why we didn't video anything is because everything that could go wrong in the last 12 hours of us building that car went wrong. The Heims that I ordered, they're hanging right here. These Heims right here are supposed to be, I don't know how close I am to the camera, y'all. These Heims are 3/4 oversized steering Heims is what they were bought for. That's what the email said. That's what the invoice said. These are regular 3/4 Heims. A steering shaft wouldn't even go in them. So, we didn't learn that until about 10:30.
Yeah.
10:30 Saturday night. And Pops and I ended up working on the car until about 11:30 Saturday night. I went up to the house, took a shower, got in bed, and I got up at 4:30 and was back down here at 5 o'clock Sunday morning. And we kind of just had to take a breather, step back and look at it, and got a game plan. And once we got a game plan, everything kind of started clicking for us. And we got it knocked out. We got it welded up. The chassis completely welded up. And floor pan, firewall, everything. And we finished about 30 minutes before Matt got here, and we were actually cleaning the shop up. And he was tickled to death. We're very appreciative of him getting a chassis from us. And we're very appreciative for all the support you guys have given us on YouTube. And there's a bunch of y'all out there that's commented and said y'all would love to have a car from us, and we really do appreciate that, because we're doing exactly what we've always wanted to do, and that's build race cars. But at the same time, we want to race cars. So,
But at the same time, too, we're building them like we're going to race them.
Right, yeah, we're building them in all the safety features and everything that we talk about and we look at, because I'll say this, and I'm not downing anyone's work. I'm just saying there's been a lot of people come to me and say, hey, is this car worth buying? And I look at the pictures and I automatically say no. Would it work for some of y'all? I'm sure it would. I'm not saying I'm above anyone. I'm not above anyone. I value my life. He values my life.
You better believe that.
So
y'all understand, I'm a dad.
So
So if y'all got kids, y'all know how I worry about him.
Right. So I'm not going to build a car or build a chassis that I would not get in myself, and that's the truth. I'm not going to. This car right here, Dustin's car, I'd put my seat in this car and I would race it in a heartbeat because I know what it's built out of. I know how it's built. Matt's car, I would put my seat in it. Matter of fact, my seat was in it. Matt has the same seat I do, so it all worked out. But anyway, we take pride in them, y'all, and we're very prideful in this work right here. This is for those that follow us now, that didn't follow us before. This is kind of where we got our start in fab work, is repairing wrecked cars. Just fixing bumpers, fixing bent bars. So,
Not me, I'm a little older now.
so we kind of,
I repaired farm equipment.
yeah, farm equipment and everything. Yeah. But anyway, just to give y'all a little insight how our weekend went. We got everything fixed up. We got Matt fixed up.
Yep.
He was very happy with his chassis. We're very thankful. Matt, buddy, we appreciate you. I know you watch the video. And I'm going to leave it on real time. We're going to tack this piece in, tack this slug in. We're going to tack in our bay bar repair piece. And then we're going to get a measurement between them at the firewall. And then we're going to measure out here and make sure we get our width right before we weld it in. Y'all hang out. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's painted mess on it.
Yeah.
I don't want the ground on their ground strap for the alternator. No, I wouldn't. Nope. I don't know about the mid late.
Excuse me. Is there anything out there that we just cut off, or?
I can't go through here.
We can grind a spot if we have to.
Hey, I ain't got enough.
Oh,
Uh,
we can grind. Hey, this paint's going off his bar, dude. There's a spot right there. The paint's going off of it. We may grind to it. I don't know. We can clean off the spot.
yeah, if we have to, we will.
There you go. Let me just buzz it. What's that? 11?
Yep. Probably will.
You can make this. Okay. I'm gonna get right here. That's what I get for not wearing a hood or safety glasses. Part hit me right in the corner of the eye.
Here's my, hang on, this is my tool getter.
Oh, tool getter.
Let the cover back up.
Yep.
Yeah, that sleeve stuck down, that's good. It covered it.
The old welding jackets come in handy.
Yeah. Or, blanket. Time to burn it.
Yeah. We need to get some more of them, to be honest with you.
Yep.
If anybody knows anybody out there that has a good deal on a welding blanket, let us know. We like to keep a couple around here for doing stuff like this. And the ones we had, seen better days. We got a little too burned up.
They had more holes than they had, Did you get to that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. A little bit of paint.
And then we can move or twist, whatever we need to do. I got you. Like that. Okay. I got my hand over it now, but I got a weld in it. Feel good, good. All right, okay. Up there? You go there? Yep. All right. Wait. Ow! Body brace. Yeah. Bumper kind of got it to walk over. Get that. Come on, try that again. Make sure. We're good. We're good. We're good. Good. We're good. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you gotta wiggle and jiggle. Hold your mouth right. And weld with the lead upside down. Pretty good weld for holding it upside down. I do say so myself. Pretty good weld. Sweet. Oh, I was talking.
Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna take y'all out of the tripod right here. You can see we rosette welded it, that 1.25 inches in there, and then rosette welded it to this piece also, and then welded up the seam all the way around. And we got her welded all the way around here. Y'all see me trying to get in there and weld that. I'm not the greatest welder, I know I'm not, but I do take pride in what I do, so we'll try to make it look the best we can anyway. Does that look straight to y'all? Looks pretty straight. Looks pretty straight. All right.
Where's your grinder?
Over here on the front of the car.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this back in here. Tighten it up so it don't fall. All right, y'all. We're gonna throw this back up on time lapse. We're gonna put our tabs back on there. Pops is in the process of cutting them off of that old tube. The reason why we're having to do that is because we used all of our tabs on Matt's car and we gotta get more. So y'all hang out. All right, y'all. We got a front hoop made. I put tabs back on it for the T-bar, which is aluminum angle, like we always use. And his radiator mount actually lines up and bolts on top of that. So all that lines up good. And we got the radiator back in it. Then once we bolt that T-bar on there, then it'll hold that radiator back in there tight. Got all these bars put back on and with the hood pins on them. And then we got her all welded up over here on the bay bar and got that bar back in. So he's all straightened up. Tomorrow we'll come in. Pop's not gonna call tonight this evening. Tomorrow we'll come in and clean off these front frame horns, put new pieces of 1 3/4 on there. And then we're gonna work on the bumper. We cut it there and we're gonna cut it right here. So we can redo the outside pieces right here. I'm gonna get with Ryan Motor. I think he will give me those bends, the angle of those bends, so I can bend new pieces. And we've got plenty of tubing, so we can, we'll fix him up. We'll get his bumper fixed. And I told Dustin that if I absolutely had to, I would put a purple bumper on it, because I'll take my bumper and put on his car, and that way he can race. And his back bumper is also messed up. Like I said, we may mess with it tomorrow night. And he said if we didn't get to it this week, that was fine. We can do it next week and fix him up. But we have an order in with Ryan and Chelsea at Motor Fab to get a set of bumpers for this car and to get a set of bumpers for Matt Brown's car that just left. So that's where we're at. We pretty much got him fixed back up in just a couple of hours. And I'll touch a little bit on this. Pops and I put these headers in. They are Hooker stainless 1 3/4 headers, 1 5/8 headers. And they clear everything great. We're just tired of fooling with the stock style headers on this car. Getting the starter in, wiring everything, the fuel plumbing has to come up through here. So Pops and I got aggravated with it. And we took the plasma last night and cut the firewall out. Y'all remember this car is our personal car, and it had a stock firewall and floor pan in it. So we're going to leave the floor pan. It's not bothering anything. All that sheet metal back there is good to go back in. All the sheet metal we took out up here is going to work fine, because all we're doing is moving that firewall back. And if y'all remember, this yellow sheet metal in here was straight up and down. So all we got to do is just trim it back to where we're going to put the firewall in. And we've got our 18 gauge propped up back there. And the firewall will look like that when we get done. And we are going to go to these headers. They come up and down, up, over, and down, pretty much a 90-degree header. And you get to the spark plugs easy. You get to your fuel line easy. You get to the starter easy. Everything's easier. So with the rule change allowing us to do the fab firewall, that's what we're going to do. It's not setting us back any time. Pops and I can do that pretty quick. In between these jobs here, and which we'll have Dustin fixed up tomorrow night. And then after that, we'll start on the cold water Piping Plus guy's frame that's laying out there. Y'all remember? We'll get it in here. We get to slinging some tubing at it. So that's going to be it for me and Pops tonight. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Can't thank y'all enough. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Appreciate you watching the videos. Can't thank y'all enough for the interest in our cars. We thank y'all very much. And until next time.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Till next time, God bless you.
See y'all.